guys, let's make another video. Let's answer some of your questions. Okay, next question comes from Keith Tucci. If charging 16 cells at once and one gets hot after a few hours, when pulling it out of the batch, will you need to reset the charger? Do you need to put all similar batteries voltages to charge, like 3.1, 3.2, 3.3? Or can you put in various voltages, like, you know, 1 2.6, 1 3, and 1 3? I've been able, and then he talks about actually his project that he picked up a bunch of batteries. So basically he's asking, will he have to reset the charger if he removes one cell? No, you don't have to. It just, you know, like if you remove one cell, then the remaining 15 cells are just gonna be taking a little bit higher current. You know, the rate of current at which they're charging is going to be slightly higher. At 5 amps divided by into 16 cells, that's around 300 milliamps. That's a pretty slow charging rate. So if you remove one cell, it's just going to go up a little bit, and it's not a big deal. Now, if you replace that battery with another one, then everything is going to go back to about 300 milliamps. So, but here's an interesting question. You're asking if all the cells have to be at the same voltage for you to be able to charge them together. And that is a question that keeps popping up. People saying that you can't do that you can't have one fully charged cell and one fully discharged cell and put them together and then charge them. Because there's gonna be a huge difference. There's gonna be a huge energy transfer from one to the other one. So, let's test that today. Fully discharged, fully charged. Let's connect them in parallel and then measure how much current is transferring using our multimeter. You guys ready? Let's try this. Negative to negative, positive to positive, but in between the positive, I'm putting this thing so I can measure there. Let's do it. 1.4. All right, so that is pretty interesting. That is way higher than I expected it to be, 1.4 amps. Now, another interesting question is, what is the limiting factor? That's the amount of current that the empty cell is asking from the fully charged cell, or is it the fully charged cell's ability to only deliver 1.4 amps? Let's test that. So here, in this little rig, two fully charged cells parallel with a completely empty one. Let's see how much. Look at that, it's 2.2 amps. Well, that's actually very interesting. Let's try 3 cells. Ooh. 2.3. Oh, 2.3. Does that mean that the limiting factor is what this cell can do? Let's add another battery in here. All right, now we're gonna try 4 fully charged batteries and 1 fully discharged battery. We're gonna connect them together. Pause it, all right? Okay, here we go. 2.6. Okay, so it is kind of high, but it doesn't go past the 3 amp mark. And it seems to be going down rather quickly. Put a timer here. Half hour into it, 0 heat. It's not even warm to the touch, but it's still taking 1 amp from those batteries into this one. Alright, so after 2 hours of connecting those batteries or those cells in parallel, we still have, what is it? 0.17, so 170 milliamps being transferred into that cell. The only question left to answer is how much energy was stored into that one cell. How much charge did it get? And so I'm gonna test that right now. Turns out that connecting 4 fully charged batteries in parallel to a completely discharged battery will charge the discharged battery around 1500 milliamps. I didn't know that. I guess now we know. After all that nonsense, I think we deserve to do something fun. We're gonna go visit a friend. This guy lives in a house from the 1800s. Looks like an old plantation house.
What's up? So that's Wi-Fi. Hey, we're gonna watch a movie. I don't know what movie we're gonna watch. Which one is it?
It can be exciting and it can be fun.
Can it have action?
No action, they said. Man, you know these women. This is David. You guys see him in my vlogs all the time. You know what they call you?